Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Assalamu alaikum. My dear students, welcome to your 11th class. And today we're going to talk about, in our 11th lecture, we're going to talk about some, we will take some more reading strategies regarding scanning and skimming a reading text. Then we'll preview a list of vocabulary, new vocabularies of course, and then we'll talk a little bit about countable and uncountable using many, much, few, little, some, and several, and so on. So please try to pay your attention to our explanation today. First of all, let us start reading as a warming up, the following passage. You can find it in page 202 on the interaction axis. We all know the expression to change your mind, but it's possible literally to change your mind, or to be more precise, to change your brain. But is it possible literally to change your mind, or to be more precise, to change your brain? Reports from, so this is a question, reports from 2005 says yes. First, the bad news, at least for smokers. A study from the University of Edinburgh in Scotland, it concludes that smoking makes people less intelligent. Smoking makes people less intelligent. In cognitive tests that involve judgment, smokers did significantly worse than non-smokers. The theory that toxins means poisons, in the smoke enter the blood and damage blood vessels, providing the brain with oxygen. So, and there is more bad news for most of us. A study from the University of London says that information, the constant flood of information from cell phones, emails, and text messages can reduce intelligence by 10 points on an IQ test. So can you imagine now the importance of avoiding smoking, of quitting smoking, because it makes you less intelligent than non-smokers? And also try while sleeping, or try when you don't need your cell phone, just put it away, put it aside. Okay, emails, cell phones, the internet connection, text messaging, all of these reduce your intelligence by 10 points on an IQ test. Where are the universities of Aberdeen and Edinburgh located? So, Edinburgh, we said, in Scotland, okay, as we have read together. The underlined word precise, line 2, means clear, different, normal, ambiguous. The clearest one is clear. Is the cause of being less intelligent? Sleeping, non-smoking, smoking, studying. Of course, the passage says smoking. The test that involves judgment is called an ability, toxin, cognitive, and visual. What was it called? I guess it's a cognitive one, but try to check number 4. The underlined pronoun, line 4, the underlined pronoun, it concludes. So here it refers to a study from the University of Edinburgh, a study of a university from Edinburgh. So the answer should be refers to the study itself, okay? The underlined word intelligent, line 2, means interesting, different, famous, and clever. It's actually clever. What is the function of blood vessels? Providing brain with blood, thinking, providing brain with oxygen, moving. We said C, it provides brain with oxygen. Let us check this again, actually. So the toxin, or what it calls the poisons in smoke, enter the blood and damage blood vessels, providing the brain with oxygen. Okay? The word in the paragraph which is close in meaning to the word poison is test, toxins, reports, smokers. We are talking about toxins because how can I guess the meaning from the context? The toxin was followed by 2 hyphens, and here was written something like poisons. Okay, poisons معناها اللي هي السموم. The constant flow of information from cell phone and emails is called informania, toxins, intelligence, blood vessels, and we said it is informania. The most appropriate topic of the paragraph is providing brain with blood, smoking, providing brain with oxygen, changing your mind. Actually, here you need to go back and try to check what is the appropriate topic of this program. So I will leave this one for you. So after we have read a very interesting topic and passage reading about you know, how the mind can be changed by some bad habits like smoking and others, such as texting messages, emails, and other other bad habits. Now let us move to the vocabulary previewing. Here we have a list of vocabulary, and you need to memorize all of them, including their meanings in English and as well as their uses. Vast is an adjective. It means big and wide. Depict is a verb. It means to show in the form of a picture. Merchant as a tradesman. To sum up, to conclude, to point out, indicate. Handsome is an adjective, means looks beautiful and attractive. By the way, we use handsome for men and beautiful, usually we use it for both. Road is a road, street. Region is area, district. To found is actually to establish. Like to say, this institution was founded in 1999. For example, it was established. Mature is a fully grown. Our doctors always fixes the importance of the contents of lectures in the final test. Our doctor always points out. King Faisal University was founded, bought, and pointed out. The answer is founded. The word is the closest to the meaning to the word tradesman is merchant. The phrase fully grown is the closest in meaning to the word fully grown means mature. Now let us, after we have this warming up, X2 exercises, the reading passage, and please go back to your textbook and try to read the whole passage by yourself to understand the whole story. But in this class, we just take like kind of, you know, just a short paragraph. Just, you need to go back to the same page I have provided you, 202. Always go back to your textbook to read the whole passage and answer the questions. You have more questions in the textbooks. So always go to these passages. From lecture number 1 till the last lecture, we have taken a lot of passages. Your job, my job, is to give you the whole, or an overall idea about the whole passage. But your job, you need to continue reading the whole passage at home. Also answering the questions. You have more questions than maybe in your textbook, so you are responsible to do all of these by yourself. Here I'm here now to talk about the countable and non-countable nouns. And as you know, this is a very basic topic, and you understand what I mean by basic topic. Countable nouns are nouns that can be counted, like you can say 1 dog, 2 dogs, 3 eggs, and so on. And the non-countable nouns cannot be counted. Countable nouns can be singular or plural, as you know. My dog is playing, or my dogs are hungry. So as you can see here we have a dog, singular, and a singular, and you need to agree between the verb. You know, you need to make agreement between the verb and the noun and the subject. Here we have a plural, are is a plural. I have got 1 egg and 2 eggs. And we can use the indefinite article a, an with countable nouns. A dog is an animal. I am waiting for a bus. When a countable noun is singular, we must use word like a, the, my visit. You cannot actually put a countable noun, a singular countable noun in English alone. You need to use one of these words like a, the, my, this, and so on. I want an orange, not I want orange. Where is my bottle, not where is bottle. Again, we use a with the words that start with consonants, and we use an with the words start with animal or with vowels. Okay? And as you know the difference between consonants and vowels. Consonants are including all of the letters in the English alphabet except the vowels. And vowels usually, you have been told, they are 5, right? Although we are talking about letters, although they have 44 sounds. When you say the difference between sounds and letter, the letter is the shape of the sound, okay? When a countable noun is a plural, we can use it alone. I like oranges. Bottles cannot break. We can use some and any with countable and non-countable nouns. Some is used in, and any is used in questions and negatives. I have got some dollars. Some is used to offer something, or maybe to offer something. Have you got any pens? As you can see, we use any. So both of them, we use them with the plurals, okay? So we use any in questions. Some people arrived. I bought some milk, and we use actually some with countable and non-countable. Milk is a non-countable noun. You cannot count it, so we use some. We can use some with it. Did you meet any friends in the city? I didn't have any water. Any is used with a negative question. As you can see here, we have a negation. Also, any is used in questions. Okay, as you can see here, it can be used with countable and sometimes with non-countable. And here we have a practice, and I want you to complete the sentences using a, and, some, or any. Can you tell now the difference between a, and, some, and any? The difference is very clear. Here we use it with negatives and questions. Here we use it also with countable, and both of them. We use them with countable and non-countable. A and an is only used with a singular countable noun. So please do these exercises by yourself. We can use a few and many with plural countable nouns. A few and many. I have got a few dollars. And there is a few, few is different from few. We have a few and we have a few. A few gives a positive meaning, and few gives a negative meanings. I have got a few friends. I haven't got many pens. Okay? They haven't got many friends. So we use many with the countable, with the plural countable nouns. لاحظوا, with plural. We can use a little and much with non-countable nouns, like I have got a little money. Money is non-countable. وتعرفوا إنه non-countable is neither singular nor a plural. It's just non-countable. I have got a little money. I haven't got much rice. فلاحظوا a little و much بنستخدمها مع non-countable. I have got a little milk. We haven't got much time. Time is also non-countable. لكن إذا حكينا عن times كان بمعنى مرات. مثلا I exercise 5 times a week. So here times is countable. Write a few, a little, much, or many to complete these sentences. Do not use many, any, or a lot of. Okay, so you need to use one of these words and fill in it in the in the blanks. Please do it by yourself. A lot of and some, any, much, and many, a few, a little. You can tell now the difference between much and many. Much is used with non-countable nouns. Many is used with countable nouns. A few is used with countable nouns. A little is used with non-countable nouns. Some, any, and a lot of are used by both countable and countable. You can use any, a lot, and some with countable and non-countable. However, we use any in negations, usually, with negatives and questions, okay? So you can do this by yourself. For example, number 4, can I have some or much milk for my coffee? So we say, can I have some من السياق. Although much is used with non-countable, لكن in questions, if you want to ask about like a quantity of something, you need to use some. لما بدك تسأل عن كمية, okay, we need to use some. Okay, we need a few much more peppers to make the dish. Peppers, peppers. Even we need to say a few because it's used with countable. We have got a little bananas, so you don't have to buy any. نطلع على النون في جمع banana, 2 bananas, 3 bananas. A little تستخدم مع uncountable. إذن الإجابة الصحيحة هي a lot of. A lot of وsome هي تحمل نفس المعاني. Okay? So do the rest by yourself, please. And I need to pay attention right here that people is considered countable. People is the plural of person. We cannot count, we can count people. We say, this is 1 person here, and there are 3 people here. So we don't say peoples, ما فيها, هذا جمع شاذ. مثل man, men, a women, women, women. إذن في عندنا countable, في عندنا plural لman. أي شيء له جمع نسميه plural. 1 man, 2 men, 3 men, بس ما بنحكي 2 men's. The same here, people. نحكي 1 person, 2 person, 3 people, 4 people, and so on. Okay? Uncountable nouns. Unlike countable nouns, which can be counted, uncountable nouns are substances, concepts, that we cannot divide into separate elements. إذن هي عبارة عن ماذا؟ Substances and concepts. We cannot, يعني هي مفاهيم غير ملموسة. We cannot divide it into separate elements. We cannot count them. هذا معناته أيضا uncountable. For example, we cannot count milk. We can count bottles of milk. ما بنقدر عند الملك نفسه الحليب، لكن ممكن عند علب أو الحليب, the bottles of milk or liters of milk. But we cannot count milk itself. Okay? The same with tea. We cannot count tea, but we can count cup of tea. Cups of teas, okay? Here are some more uncountable nouns, like music, art, love, happiness, advice, information, news, furniture, luggage, rice, sugar, butter, water, electricity, gas, power, money, and currency. As you can see, all of these are non-countable. You cannot add s to them. You can't say music or loves. The same here. Love, the opposite is hate also. We cannot actually pluralize emotions. مثل hate, love, happiness, sadness. We cannot also count emotions. Okay? Like exciting or excitings, it's incorrect. In news, we cannot count them. information, advice, furniture, luggage اللي هي بمعنى الأثاث وحقائب السفر, rice, sugar, butter, water, all of these actually, all of the liquids, اللي هم السوائل cannot be counted. Electricity, gas, power, money, currency. However, money can be counted if we say dollar أو مثلا دينار. هذه الاثنتين countable, تعتبر countable يعني معدود, لأنه ممكن تحكي $1, $2, $3, 4 dinars and so on, لكن money ما بنقدر نحكي monies. Okay? We usually treat non-countable nouns as a singular. We use a singular verb. For example, this in use is very important. This in use is very important. لاحظوا, use is uncountable, لكن we actually treat it as a singular. Your luggage looks heavy. Your luggage looks heavy. Looks أضفنا إلها S على أساس إنه luggage نعملها معاملة المفرد. We do not usually use the indefinite article an with uncountable nouns. We cannot say an information or a music. We cannot. ما نقدر نحكي an information or a music. But we can say a something of information, a piece of news, a bottle of water, or bottles of water, a grain of rice. Okay? فلاحظوا استخدمنا تيمنا بهذه الكلمة أنها starts with consonant. أيضا هذه starts with consonant. هنا برضو starts with consonant. Okay? A piece of news, a bottle of water, and a grain of rice. We can use some and any with uncountable nouns. هذا ما أخذنا سالفا. I have got some money. Have you got any rice? لاحظوا with a question. لكن would you like some coffee? لاحظوا الفرق الآن. If you want to offer something, إنك تقدم شيء in a question, you use some. لكن here we are asking about in generic questions. We're not offering anything. Have you got any rice? So we use both with non-countable. Also, we use them with countable, right? Here we have some countable and non-countable words. As you can see, money is uncountable, countable is dollar, and music. However, we say one song, two songs, luggage, suitcases, furniture, tables, chairs, electricity. We say one battery, two batteries, three batteries, wine. We say bottle, bottles, information, report, reports, advice, tip, tips, travel, journey, journeys, work, job, jobs. ما نقدر نحكي homeworks خطأ أو works, لا نحكي job أو jobs. Scenery, we say views. We say view, views. Nouns that can be countable and non-countable. Sometimes the same noun can be countable and non-countable, often with a change of meaning. بعض الكلمات ممكن يكون countable أو non-countable مع تغير المعاني. لاحظوا هذه الجمل. There are 2 hairs in my coffee. Hair. لكن ممكن تكون non-countable. I don't have much hair. لاحظوا uncountable. There are 2 lights in my bedroom. نحكي عن 2 lamp of lights, عن lamps. لكن close the curtain, there is too much light. The sunlight is uncountable. You cannot count the lights of the sun. I thought I heard noise. I thought I heard a noise. Noise is difficult to work with, and there's too much noise. Have you got a paper to read? Paper. Paper تعتبر countable, uncountable. لكن في حالة uncountable, I want to draw a picture. Have you got some paper? Our house has 7 rooms. Room. Is there room for me to sit here? لاحظوا هنا room نحكي عن غرفة، لكن هنا room عن متسع. We had a great time at the party. Time. هذا حكينا عنها في بداية المحاضرة. Have you got time for a coffee? Okay, so here a great time or great times. Okay, or I have exercises مثلا 3 times for the last week. Macbeth is one of Shakespeare's greatest works. لاحظوا works أخذناها على أساس أنها uncountable، لكن هنا نحكي عن أعماله ككتابات. So work can be countable, and here I have no money, I need work. So if you're talking about عمل شغل, then it's non-countable. So you can see now that some words might be countable and non-countable. What? With a little or a slight change in meaning. Okay? Drinks generally are usually uncountable, but if you are thinking of a cup or a glass, we can say in a restaurant, for example, 2 teas and 1 coffee please. إذا حكيت 2 teas هي المقصود فيها مش جمع الشاي، نحكي شايات، خطأ. We are talking here about the cups. You can say 2 coffees, which means 2 cups of coffee. Okay? So you can say it sometimes in a restaurant. And right in here, I want you to use how many and how much in these, fill in these blanks by yourself. I will do the first one. Books. Books are there on the desk. Books is actually countable, so we say, how many books are there? Water is there in the glass. Water is uncountable. Then I say, how much water is there in the glass? It's very easy for you. Just do these exercises to fix the information in your mind. Underline the correct in each sentence, and here is more examples. Are there a people at the bus station? People is a plural, so we use any, right? And again, this is a question. We use any as well. So people is a plural of person. مفردها person. الجمع people. Okay, هذا من الجمع الاستثناءات في اللغة الإنجليزية. Look at this shirt. Can I borrow an iron or some iron? Iron is a plural, is a countable or non-countable? If it's countable, if it's uncountable, we cannot use an, but we use some iron, okay? And do the rest by yourself, please. The more exercises you do, the more you will understand the uses of each one of these particles. Also here we have another exercise for any and some. There isn't any ولا some. حكينا any تستخدم في حالتين، النيجاتيف والquestion. فهذه النيجاتيف شو بنستخدم؟ any. There aren't new clothes. نستخدم any. There are some pencils. لاحظوا, both of them can be used with countable and non-countables. Non-countable, countables, non-countable. And do the rest by yourself. Here we have a kind of a short review to what we have discussed in the previous slides. We have talked about many, a few, some, and several. Both of them, they have the same meanings. They actually, for all of them, they are followed by plurals. They use before countable nouns. Okay? We can say, like this example, much, a little, some. حكينا بأنه أيضا little, a little, much تستخدم مع before uncountable nouns. And كذلك each و every نعاملها معاملة المفرد، تأتي فقط قبل المفرد. بحكي each student بس ما بحكي each students. أيضا تأتي ما قبل singular nouns. any حكينا تيجي مع negative for the questions، و some تأتي if you want to offer something، تقدم شيء. هذه بعض الأمثلة. I was very hungry. I ate. You can do it by yourself. Also, students will pass the test as very easy. So the answer should be some, a few, many, few. Students will pass the test. It's very easy. لما أنت يعطيك very easy هذا الانطباع أنه هي سهلة، معناته بعض ولا القليل ولا الكثير. Many students, right? So you need to use your mind and logic to understand which one, although all of them can be used with countables and the students countable. However, the sentence meanings demands many. For here, we have covered the and we have discussed the first about minds can be changed by smoking, and we have read one of the most important advices that we have taken this class is stop smoking. And then we have previewed some vocabulary, and after that we have a grammatical side talking about countables and uncountables. Hopefully you have got the main ideas. If you want to contact me regarding any comments or problem, just contact me at aalmani@kfu.edu.sa. Thank you so much. Wa assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.